saw that maybe need to work on a little bit. Overall, I thought you guys did awesome. The people that I was with, did a really good job communicating with each other and talking through, really trying to decide, are we red, yellow, or green? And I really appreciated that good teamwork. That communication is so important in an emergency, actually in all of life. Those skills are going to go with you in all of life. So, but first I want to start off with our fire, and Lieutenant Yes is going to talk about what happened with the fire.
So you guys did a good job. I know you guys had a little issue with your fire extinguishers. Because they didn't go off and they weren't working. Luckily, we had another one standing by there. But just kind of, keep that in the back of your mind that that is possible that might happen, that your extinguisher might not work. So, remember, I know fire is, there's fire in front of you and you can get kind of excited. I get excited when I have fire in front of me. But try and, slow down a little bit, get communication, test your fire extinguisher before you go in, and then just follow the pass technique to put out the fire. But you guys did a good job. Just make sure to slow down a little bit.
Good. Thanks for running that.
Yeah.
Okay, good job. Any feedback from the people who put out the fire? No? Okay, it's fun. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to go to Kay, and Kay was in charge of the group that was searching and rescuing in this area here. So go ahead and give us your feedback, Kay.
I thought the group in here did great. Your lift and carries were superb. Your teamwork, you talked to each other, that was great. You had a little bit of trouble getting started and scattering instead of the old stay right, go right. But once you got started, I thought you did awesome. The identifying, the tagging, making sure everybody was triaged right. You might practice that a little bit before, but in general, I thought you did super. The communication, the teamwork, and for me, most importantly, was the enthusiasm. I mean, if I want to be rescued, I want to be rescued by people like you. I really
Any of the actor victims that were in this room, do you have any constructive feedback for the group?
Give the guy
Oh, don't move.
David.
On the initial inspection, all the person did was look at my tag and tag me green. I had a broken leg, no bleeding, no questions were asked like who you were, what you were going to do, and things of this nature. And then they went on. So, and then later on we had a person staying with me, communicating and talking with me, which is a really good idea as long as I'm vocal, but we know how things are going, which I really appreciate it. My size of 235 pounds is something that you have to realize when you have a patient, and be very careful. We talked to the group that did the carry on me. I give them my weight, 235, and supporting the leg by tying the legs together rather than lifting it. I had a compound, I had a fracture, a broken leg, and a great deal of pain, so I couldn't stand, but that was fine. Thank you.
Good, thanks. And David, and to all of our active volunteers, I want to thank you so much. Some of the actors came from the North Lincoln Fire CERT and Lincoln City. And East Bay Fire District CERT group also, so thank you guys. Actors that came from various places from the school and other just volunteers that came, and so we're just all really grateful. Obviously, we could not do an exercise like this without people giving their time and helping us get their practice, so thank you very much.
We have one volunteer, I think, that wants to say something.
Who?
Right, yeah.
Suzanne is the president of the North Lincoln CERT. So thank you.
Constructive criticism, they were amazing. They were enthusiastic, they were on it, they were well trained, they showed discipline. Some little, that's the most important thing I think is that human nature element comes in no matter how well trained you are. So that's why we keep doing drills, that's why we keep our skill levels up. My only one criticism was when they entered the smoke-filled room building, come to the sound of my voice, excellent, I did. And then I was just left.
Okay.
So utilizing people who might be able to come to you, and I'm a nurse, so I could actually help.
So I think that's real important for everybody to realize is you had a green that was only had a few minor abrasions. And so find out from these people, do you have some special skills? Can you do anything? She's a nurse. She could have been right in there to help you.
Sure.
So that's an
And
important.
sometimes I think with the excitement of the drill, I think in real life you'd be more honed in on exactly, wow, they're bleeding superficially, or it's deep, or this looks bad, or it doesn't look so bad. But even asking those questions that are important to being oriented, like where are you? What's your name? Do you know what happened? Instead of are you okay? Well, if I'm in shock, I'm going to be okay for a while until the adrenaline wears off. So, but otherwise, I thought it was outstanding. That really was. So good for them.
A real good job out front here. I tried to distract them, get them to come look at my sister in the car, and they all kept saying, well, wait, I even chewed them out, told them that, you know, they weren't worth it. They still kept walking.
Good job.
In here, I was back behind the board there. They come and when they spotted me, they asked me questions and showed me how to get out the door, you know. But in here, the funniest part happened is I was in green, and so just for the heck of it, I went ahead and laid back and just covered my head up with a blanket. This one little girl here about had a heart attack. But
So
she
that
was
means
right
she
there.
was reassessing. She was
Yeah.
reassessing.
She was recessing. She was right there right away. I mean, I just lay there with that blanket over my head.
I wanted to give a really good compliment for when you were right back here. The people that found him, who was that? There, you did a great job because you immediately saw, well, hey, there's a door right behind you. Open it. He was confused. He said, but I don't know how to open it. You did great. I mean, I have to say, when I took this test, I didn't do as good as you on that. So, very good.
And so that was this room here. That's a little picture of this room. I had the other area over there. And the teams that were in there working, I thought your communication was so good initially. You really, when you were assessing people to find out, are they red, yellow, green, black, sometimes you challenged each other and said, no, that one's not yellow because, or that one's not red because, and you listened to each other and communicated well. And actually it's hard to talk through those masks and to really hear each other. You guys did a good job projecting your voice, really being a team. So that was awesome. You did a good job going right, staying right, making sure that you had everybody tagged. A little bit of focus needed to happen after you got everybody tagged. Now, how are we going to remove people? Who are we going to remove first? What supplies do we need in order to do that? That is one area you guys can work on. And I want to ask Karen back here, who is in charge of all of our actors for that area. Karen, what were some of your thoughts about the group back there?
Well, one of the things that I didn't hear was people identifying who they were.
Oh.
And people say, but I scared them. Well, they scared me because they didn't tell me who they were.
Good, good.
This little gal here, she asked me what my name was and stuff, so she was real good.
Yeah, good. Well, one of the things, and that's a really good point, one of the things that covers you legally from being sued later by trying to help people is if you identify yourself and say, hi, my name is Sue, I'm with the CERT team, I'm with emergency response. Is it okay if I treat you? Is it okay if I help you? So if you can get in the habit of always identifying yourself and asking for permission to help them, then you're covered by what's called the Good Samaritan law and other laws in case something happens and later somebody comes back and tries to sue you or something. And it also comforts victims to know who you are, that kind of thing. So that's a really good point.
I thought the folks did really well, and I was impressed with the organization and the fact that they knew so much. And I agree with Kay, heads and shoulders above my performance during this time.
It's embarrassing to say that. But
Yes.
Yeah. Dorothy was in charge of all the actors here. Did you have any insights for us you wanted to share?
One comment I might make, when our dear friend here was stuck over there in the door and didn't know how to get out, he was able to get up and walk out. So there's another person that you could enlist to help you.
Oh, good.
If he's not too confused.
Good,
So that
good.
You need all the bodies you can, as quickly as you can, and get people out of the danger.
Excellent. Great. Any of the actors that were in that side of the building over there, anything constructive that you would like to share with us that would might be helpful? Okay.
All right, now more folks who didn't know that they were going to be actors, and they got into the acting role,
Thank you.
and we want to thank them.
Yeah, we appreciate that a lot. Dennis, medical treatment area. Dennis, give us your perspectives there, and then we're going to go to Lulu, who's in Incident Commander overall.
Well, whoever the leader was, I don't remember, I can't remember where the mask, it's hard to tell who's who. Whoever the leader was in that room did a fine job being a leader. A little frustrated at times because people weren't always listening. They did a good job of setting up the room, I made a little more space. We did talk briefly that the black area, the morgue area wouldn't be that close, it would be out of place, out of mind a little bit. So you don't want the people that are alive and injured seeing people that are deceased. So they understood that. They were going to cover the people in the black area with blankets. However, blankets were extremely rare. We need to keep those for our live patients. So think about your resources, what you have, what you might need to get, whether you have the ability to call for resources. Be creative. Splints can be made out of sticks and chunks of wood. If you need something to carry, somebody on, you could use a sheet of plywood, take a door off the hinges. You know, be creative with what you need in a disaster. But they did a really good job. They did triage, they re-triage, they did some splinting, bandaging, covering the blankets, talking to them. I reminded them about the head to toe and why we did that. From that point on, everybody was, they did a wonderful job.